Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop. I know it's time to make a video. Whoa, excuse me. No, you guys are jonesing. But I've been making parts still. And these are A-4 parts, of course. And I wanted to show you the two different ways to vacuum bag these things. This is when I take my tacky tape around the edge and just put a piece of plastic over it. And one of my little nozzles, I love these little nozzles. They work great for this. Just gotta, put a piece of a breather cloth there so it sucks it out. Real good both ways. Suck the air out. And this works really good, This tacky tape is some sticky stuff. Now I only buy this tacky tape 5 rolls at a time because fresh tacky tape is much better than old tacky tape. It just sticks a lot better, alright? So I only buy 5 rolls at a time, and I get it local down here at Associated Industries. I'm kind of lucky to have a place like that here in town, where I can, just go run down and buy some. But after tacky tape sits for a month, 2 months, in the heat, in the cold, it just ain't as sticky, Fresh tacky tape is some sticky stuff. Now I reuse this plastic 2 or 3 times, just peel the tacky tape off. You can't reuse the tacky tape because it's just a mess. Sometimes, sometimes this stuff is just hard to get off this plastic. So what I do, I'll throw this whole thing in Omaha's freezer in the house and freeze it, and then it comes right off. Okay. Now, this is my new bagging film, release film, I guess would be the name of it. You see how easy that matting comes off of there, and there's all the extra resin goes into the matting, and it peels off pretty good. And I've reused this stuff, guys. Now I just messed this one up, but I can use it for a smaller mold, and because there's no resin that sticks to it, and you can still see the holes. And peel ply tends to suck out a little bit too much resin off of this foam, but this stuff just leaves the perfect amount. I really like this release film better on the foam. Now on fuselages, I love the way this regular old peel ply works. So what I did, see, this one here can be reused. This piece can be reused. Not that this stuff it's cheaper than peel ply, but why sit there and cut a piece every time? And I have reused it and haven't seen no problems. This is what I do with these center holes in this mold. I just put a piece of tacky tape over, and that's the holes where I bolt these mold halves together. That is. Okay. Oh, I left my glasses out in the truck. No, darn it. I went to the post office today. Yeah, guys, I got your to my 2 fans out there, A. Keith and Aaron. I got your stuff sent off today. A little late. But better late than never. No. They sent a little donation, and I sent them some micro balloons and some cotton flock. You guys should have it in a couple days. Now this stuff is just absolutely perfect. It don't leave way too much resin. It just leaves the exact amount, man, and it just really works good on this foam. I love it. But I don't want to use it in the fuselages because of the curve and stuff. What I did is I ordered some Teflon coated glass, fiberglass. Okay, I ordered some Teflon coated fiberglass, and I'm going to give that a shot. It's reusable too, because I want to cut them to the shape of my fuselage, and then I won't have to mess with peel ply every time, you know, and I think it'll be cheaper in the long run. It really wasn't that bad. It's $10 a yard if you order 10 yards, and 10 yards is 15 feet. So I think I'm going to use them for my wings and my fuselages. Now what that'll do, see, this is a real smooth surface from this plastic, okay? So this is not a super good glue surface, like on the inside of my fuselage where I want them bulkheads and my tape, where I tape them together. I don't want a smooth surface. And I think that the peel ply leaves a perfect glue surface, man. It's not shiny, and you don't have to prep it, you don't have to sand it, you don't have to do nothing. And epoxy sticks to it like nobody's business, man. And so that's why I want to peel ply for the fuselage. Now I'm going to try this E-cloth and see how it works, but I mean that Teflon coated cloth, and see how it works. But I think it'll leave a rougher surface, is what it says in the little article about it. Better for glue and stuff too. And you know, this is my glue joint in the you know where I glue my stabs together, so this won't affect how these glue together in at least a little bit. And where I put stuff on the inside, I'll just sand a little bit. But you know, there ain't much. Where I put them tubes, I gotta sand this anyway, so that's where, and then where I put the wood in for the back, I'll just rough that up a little bit, and come on. That's the plan. That's the plan. So this is all you got to do to this stuff, man, is trim it. And then you got a nice 1/8" glue shelf there, you know, to put your glue, and this stuff just glues together and does not come apart. I've tried to take some apart before, guys. My old Thunder Chief broken wing, remember them videos? You about needed a chainsaw. It was easier to cut up here than it was to get this glue joint apart. I tried, man, and that stuff was like, it ain't coming apart ever. And that's where I put my tape to put my primer on, you know, so I don't have to clean up the whole mold. But basically, then, okay, now this is my bag. I like to, my smaller molds, this one. My smaller molds, I put in the bag. Okay? Now, this bag is a little easier. I don't have to use the tacky tape. But what you got to watch is the back of your mold, that rough fiberglass poking holes in it. So that's why I put the breather cloth on the bottom, so I can reuse these bags as many times as I can. And I can use it 3 or 4 times before it starts leaking, and then it's easier. I don't know, maybe I just getting old and can't hear as good as I used to. So when they start getting holes in them, you can patch them with tape, but it's just easier to get a new bag, you know. They sell this bag. I got it Associated, and it was a 100-yard roll of it. But they sell this stuff by the pound. Is how they sell it. And a roll of this stuff is $400 or $500. That's the only way Associated sells it. So I try and reuse it when I can. But you get the same result. This is an A-4 flat. Someone said, what are you going to do with all them parts you're making? Guys, I'm going to do these like I did my Thunder Chiefs. I'm building 10. Okay? And that's it. Then I want to get on to something else. You know, there's lots of things I want to do. Lots of things I want to build. I've got to get a new bomber built. I hope to this winter, guys. You know, it's just the cost, you know. Basically, I'm just a poor white man in a rich man's world. You know what I mean? And I want to get one built. Now, actually, I've got 2 sets of gear. 2 sets of landing gear my dad made. All my molds are done. I just got to build the dang things. But bam, there's flat right there, baby. And you get these things good. But I want to build 10 of these A4s. Okay, there's you know, a couple of them spoken for, but there's some more left. If anyone is interested, drop me a message, because I'm only going to build 10, and the price is right on these. You know, you can get gear for them, and they're a good flying jet, man. Super light, 25 pounds. Oh yeah, I think mine came out like 27 pounds, and that's ready to go. You know, no cockpit and everything, but you can still put a cockpit in it and everything else and keep it under 30, and that's amazing for that size jet. And man, it flies good. I'm getting ready to get out and get some more flights on it. My doctors really don't want me out in this 110-degree heat. Oh, you know, they just said be careful and drink lots of water. You know, and so I got to be careful in the heat, is what they're saying. Because they got me on pills that take the extra water out of my body, so I have to drink a lot of water in the summer. And so I'm getting so thin, this guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got the hot chicks up to 8%, baby. Yeah, a little slim trim Bob's coming back. Oh yeah. Gonna be in a Speedo by summer. Being here in the shop, making videos in my Speedo. That'd draw some hot chicks. Oh yeah, you know it. On the back of these, you gotta feather them a little bit. But it's just foam. It comes down. You need to get a new blade. You know, these things don't last real long. But it sure cuts it nice. And that is a nice half a part right there. Go and get these trimmed, get them glued together tonight. I got some more to lay up this week. And I'm going to smoke out some A-4s, baby. And I want to get these done. Another thing I want to build is a A6 intruder. Oh yeah, there ain't none of them out there either. And that's what I kind of like to build. Stuff there ain't a lot of. You'll never see me mold up a Viper jet or an F-16. You know, there's just too many of them out there. You know, why would someone want one of mine when they can go 8 different places and buy one? You know, but my A4s, you don't see a lot of A4s out there. And you know, Skymaster's got issues with theirs, and their hydraulic steering's a joke, and a couple other things. You know, where mine is rugged, rough and tough, super light, and you know, we don't have them hydraulic problems because we ain't got no hydraulics. And so I'm only going to build 10, guys, that's it. And just like the Thunder Chief, put the molds away and start on something else. And that's how I roll. So, you know, a couple people said they was interested. There's a couple left on the list. And then that's it. That's all I'm going to make. So I got to get on to bigger and better things. And that's just how I roll. So keep that in mind. You got your heart set on one. If you bring them molds up from the basement, it's going to cost more than this original 10. And I've got a pile of parts made up. And I'm jamming. As soon as that cloth gets here, I'm going to build some fuselages and some wings, and it won't be long. These things are going fast, and getting a box full of parts already. But that's my plan. So I'll make a couple more videos and show you what's going on in the shop. You know I'll be back. I might take a break now and then. You know I'll be back with more from the shop. Same Bob time, same Bob station. Oh, and Big Brother is getting good. Bam, I can't believe they let that woman in there. You know, there is no wrath like a woman's fury. You piss on a woman, that Shelly is going to remember that for the rest of her life. Where old Clay, shoot, after about 30 minutes, he'd be playing with Meg under the covers. He wouldn't remember her name the next day. I think they voted out the wrong person for sure. That Shelly's out for some blood, baby. She ain't gonna forget about that. But bam, there's my 2 cents.